On today's episode, the AI war is heating up, the robotaxi is leaked again, FSD arrives in China, and the Cybertruck's full potential is revealed. Starting with OpenAI, where a long-anticipated new artificial intelligence model has just been released into the world. It's been simply named O1. But this same AI has been the subject of rumors and speculation for months now, being referred to by industry insiders as Project Strawberry. In plain language, O1 is a reasoning model. It functions in a similar way to ChatGPT, but with an added layer of complexity that allows O1 to create a chain of thought as it works through the process of arriving at an answer. This is different from OpenAI's traditional GPT model, which is designed to take the shortest path between input and output, placing the highest weight on providing an answer that will satisfy the user, not necessarily generating the correct answer. And this is how we end up in a situation where ChatGPT will quickly and confidently provide information that is 100% hallucinated. To put that in a more human perspective, think about the times in your life when you have to make split-second decisions when playing sports or video games in the midst of a heated argument, under interrogation, or just drunk in the middle of the night. You are making rapid decisions that are typically based entirely on instinct, which sometimes can be right, but oftentimes can also be the wrong decision. Now, if you have the time to stop and consider your options, to weigh the pros and cons of each potential action and response, then you'd probably end up making a smarter choice. We have to keep in mind that traditional generative AI models are always operating in that mindset of the split-second decision. They're trying to provide the answer that will be the most satisfactory for the user while consuming the lowest amount of energy in the process. So we kind of have to think of regular language models like that drunk guy at the bar who's just blurting stuff out because he wants you to think he's cool. Is he right? Is he wrong? Is he just making stuff up? Who knows? For example, if you ask an AI to suggest the fastest way to obtain a large amount of money, it might tell you to rob a bank, which is not wrong, but it's definitely not smart. So now we upgrade to O1, the reasoning model. You could ask it the exact same question, but instead of immediately spitting out the most satisfying answer, it's going to work through a reasoning process. So it might come to the same initial conclusion. Bank robbing is a fast way to obtain large amounts of money, but it's then going to consider things such as the legality of bank robbing, not legal. And then it might consider the potential outcomes. Getting money is one, but also getting arrested or even getting killed are possibilities as well. And then it might consider the probabilities of success. If most bank robbers end up getting caught, injured, or killed, then according to reason, robbing banks is not actually a very good way to obtain fast cash. And then the model might move on to some other potential money-making schemes like buying lottery tickets or cryptocurrency. Still, maybe not great plans, but you probably won't end up dead or in jail. You get what I'm saying, right? So the downside to a reasoning model like O1 is that it takes time to provide an answer, sometimes like 30 seconds or even a couple of minutes for really complex requests. It also takes up more energy on the processing side of things. The supercomputer clusters at the OpenAI data center have to work harder, which ultimately means that it costs more money to use a reasoning model. O1 is only available to users who pay for the ChatGPT Plus and Team subscription tiers. This product undoubtedly gives OpenAI an advantage in the increasingly high-stakes AI race. We've seen legacy tech giants like Apple, Google, and Amazon all arriving at the party with their own generative AI models. Plus, we've got the added chaos factor of Elon Musk and his incredibly well-funded and well-equipped xAI startup. It was only a month ago that Elon was the one making headlines with his new Grok 2 language model, which has quickly risen to the top as a primary competitor to ChatGPT. Now we have OpenAI, a company that was founded by Musk, firing back with a new product of their own that would appear to go high above anything that Grok is able to produce. This kind of back-and-forth release schedule is something we should probably get used to. We know from Elon that Grok is designed for minimal censorship and maximal truth-telling, which is now in direct competition against an upgraded ChatGPT that's been optimized for overthinking. Now, the real deciding factor is going to be which application will the people be more likely to use and trust. All right, let's talk about this photo that's been going around. It was allegedly taken at the Warner Brothers studio in Burbank, California, and claims to show the upcoming Tesla robotaxi vehicle. And that could be true. There definitely is a vehicle of some kind underneath all of the yellow camouflage. We can see a Tesla Model Y sitting behind the supposed robotaxi, which helps us get a decent sense of scale for this thing. It's not only shorter, but more narrow than the typical Tesla platform. It's definitely got 4 wheels, windows, and headlights, although the rear wheels look like they're bigger than the front wheels. That's typically only ever seen on race cars, so probably either another visual deception or a very interesting design choice. Aside from that, what we are looking at is clearly a lot more than your typical car camouflage that we've seen on prototype vehicles in the past. This looks like they've taped cardboard boxes to the exterior in an effort to make it look as weird as physically possible, then loosely wrap the whole thing in yellow plastic. Either way, Tesla is definitely well prepared for any spy cameras or leakers, and they're going to some pretty extreme lengths to keep October 10th a surprise for everyone. I guess we just have to wait and see. A new software update to Tesla vehicles in China has revealed that full self-driving will be dropping soon in the Asian market. The new button on the Chinese user interface apparently translates to fully automated driving capability, driver-supervised version, which is visible now but is still grayed out and not able to be selected. This is something that has been rumored for a few months now, since we learned that Tesla had partnered with the Chinese firm Baidu for access to high-resolution mapping data. Tesla has also negotiated permission with the Chinese government for data collection and processing. This would be in order to train new AI models that recognize Chinese road features. Tesla should have no shortage of training data. In 2023, Tesla sold almost as many cars in China as they did in the United States, so in theory, FSD should work just as well in the streets of Shanghai as it does in San Francisco. In a post on X earlier this month, Tesla laid out a roadmap for FSD milestones. This included FSD in China and FSD in Europe, released Q1 2025, pending regulatory approval. Elon Musk followed that up by including that markets with right-hand drive vehicles will be receiving the update a little later in Q1 or early Q2, again pending regulatory approval. We have a new contender for the highest peak charging capability of a Tesla Cybertruck. We've seen over the past year that the true potential of the Cybertruck's 4680 battery pack was pretty heavily nerfed at the beginning of the product rollout, which led to a lot of complaints that the truck charges slowly, but as time goes on, we are starting to get the real numbers on how much juice this thing can handle. Our latest update comes from Bratislava, Slovakia, a place where they apparently have brand new 600 kilowatt EV chargers provided by a company called eJoin. That's more than double the output of a Tesla V3 supercharger and even tops the company's new V4, which tops out at 350 kilowatts. Anyway, some Czech Cybertruck enthusiasts who are apparently passionate enough to import a Cybertruck all the way to Eastern Europe, they plugged in at the opening event for this new ultra-fast charging hub and recorded a maximum power draw by their Cybertruck of 404 kilowatts. From the chart we have, it looks like the Cybertruck battery was near zero when the charging session began, and it went straight to the peak over 400 in a few seconds and then spiked back down to 360 kilowatts before settling into a nice gradual curve. It took about 5 minutes of charging to get down below 250 kilowatts, which got the battery pack to 1/4 charge. The entire session to reach 100% charge lasted 1 hour and 2 minutes. So that is an important consideration. While the Cybertruck might fall a bit short on total range, it does have a very robust, future-proof charging capability that has really yet to be unlocked by the majority of users, and that should be comforting for soon-to-be Cybertruck owners in Canada and Mexico, the next 2 countries where Cybertruck deliveries are set to begin. According to Tesla's official Mexican X account, Cybertruck deliveries began at Guadalajara on September 10th, while Cybertruck program manager Siddhant Awasthi revealed on his own personal account that Cybertruck deliveries to Canada will begin late October. There definitely have been Cybertrucks in Canada and Mexico already, but these are the first official Tesla deliveries. The company has said in the past that there are potential plans to bring the Cybertruck to Europe and Asia, but that could be a difficult sell in the vehicle's current configuration. Even if Tesla could pass all the necessary regulations, the truck is just too big to really be drivable in a lot of those places. Elon Musk hinted that the company could introduce another smaller configuration because international interest seems reasonable enough to entertain a re-engineered version. Tesla has not confirmed that it will build this, but if it plans to launch Cybertruck in countries outside of North America, a smaller version could be the company's best bet.